Hi, and welcome back to another recording of Emma Explores Everything. This week, I am with the lovely Your Girlfriend Kate, who I will just refer to from now on as Kate. And this week, we are doing the letter H, and H is for Hitachi. Hi, Kate. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, good, good. We are up and at 'em this
Good.
Saturday. I have you up early.
A little bit. And I just usually I'm up a little bit earlier this morning. I was not.
Yeah,
So
it's a
don't have to
Saturday.
be
That's
doing
how
this.
it goes.
It is, yeah.
So,
I earned it too
for
this week. This week I
you,
definitely earned
you
it.
know, you work hard. You work hard, so you deserve some sleep.
Yeah,
So
yes.
for anybody who doesn't know what a Hitachi is, it started out as a massage tool. It's like a big wand that started out for being for massage and quickly turned into a sex toy, obviously. I mean, if we're talking about it.
I mean, what doesn't eventually turn into a sex toy?
Yeah, really, if you have some creativity, anything can be a sex toy.
hmm
So, before we really get into talking about the Hitachi specifically, I wanted to ask you, do you remember the first time that you got like a vibrator? Do you have vibrators? Are you a vibrator girl?
I do. I am a vibrator girl, and it's funny because I have made so many of my friends vibrator girls.
Nice.
um, because there's one, it's awesome. I mean, the stimulation that it provides is really great, but it helps you get into that state of arousal to where you can like really explore your sexual freedom. At least for me, I have a
Yeah.
lot of friends who are like, I'm just sex, and I'm like, you have to get yourself in the mood. Vibe. Just put your vibrator on and like sit on the couch for 20 minutes and see what happens. You'll
Yeah.
you'll want that dick. So
Get warmed up. It takes girls longer than guys to get excited, so a vibrator
it
is really
does.
helpful.
Mhm.
And even if there's no guy involved, a vibrator is still really helpful.
It is still very helpful. Yeah, and
So,
it's kind of a fun little thing to do to relax. I mean, at least for me, I like to.
oh yes,
I've
I
always been a
love.
vibrator girl, and when I first discovered them, it was just like, oh my gosh, Costco and a double A batteries. Like, good luck.
Yes, yes. I actually got my first vibrator in a raffle. I was at the Vagina Monologues at my college, and I was actually working on it. I was doing lights for it, and they secretly put all of our names in the raffle. And so I won it, and they called my name out. I had to go on stage and get it. It was my first vibrator. I was so embarrassed.
I bet you're like, I'm not gonna use this. I remember going to buy my first one, being like, it's for my friend for her birthday.
Yes.
Do you have gift wrap? And they're like, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Thought it was so slick.
And they don't even care. They do
They
not give
really don't.
one
No, but when
flying
you're
fuck.
18, you're like,
I
ah.
know. I know. Everything is
So
so scary. And I even got it home and I like closed all my doors, locked everything. It's like who is going to
pulled
come
the
in here and
shades.
find you?
Was it like a toy, or was it like just an egg, just a vibrator?
It was like an egg attached to a string,
Yeah.
attached to a remote. One of the really cheap ones.
Yep. That was my first kind. So,
Yeah. I'm not complaining because it was like love immediately. I was like, wow,
yeah.
I'm ruined now. I
Funny because throughout sex, like I've always been vibrator girl, like I said, and
Mhm.
there's times that it's kind of gotten in the way,
Oh
you
yeah?
know, and I'm like, well, I would move it, but it feels really, it feels really
Right.
good.
This is kind of better than what you've got going on, so
Yeah, right. Like this is extra. This is good. This is like you're giving me an A,
yeah,
and this is the plus plus.
I
So
totally agree. I love that.
yes,
So,
but
do you have a Hitachi?
I do. Funny enough, I should have grabbed it. I just ordered another one. So I have like four that
Oh my
are.
gosh,
Well, I
4?
have. Well, I have two that are for parts right now, And then I have one that was like, I stopped using it for some reason and ordered another one. I don't remember the reason. I had one that I thought was overheating. I think it's this one that I'm now
Yeah.
using because I broke one the other day. Um, and I do, something that I didn't and should have thought of right away. If you are a squirter and you are using a Hitachi, do not electrocute yourself. If you're gonna squirt, pull that shit out of the way. Like,
Yeah.
move it because you do not want to have a hairdryer situation
Because
in the
they have the
bedroom.
ones that plug into the wall. Do you have the
Hmm.
plug-in ones?
Yeah,
I know that
yeah,
now they sell ones that are just by themselves, but the one I have plugs into the wall.
yeah.
So if
And I mean,
you,
I'm saving a ton on batteries now. When
yeah,
I upgraded to the plug-in, I was like, does this make me a monster? Like, I have to plug in now.
yeah, yeah,
But
a beast has been
uh,
created.
yes. Well, and then so I got really freaked out about it after a while, because like you're vibing, right? And that thing is powerful. And once you
Yes.
have your rhythm, you know where to put it, you know how to push it, like you got it. So I was like, oh my God, am I gonna ruin my clit? Like,
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
gonna just like completely demolish it? But then I read that no matter how much like overstimulation you give it or um like how far you kind of push that limit, it could take roughly 30 days at like an extreme case for that clitoral sensitivity to come back. So I was really relieved when I found that out because I'm
Yeah.
like, am I gonna have to get like a jackhammer up in here in a couple years? Like, I'm like upgrading from like a plug-in to gas powered.
Yes. Nuclear powered vibrator in this.
Yeah,
Amazing. Yeah,
yeah,
that's definitely, we definitely have an advantage, I think, over guys. Like, we can overstimulate, but it'll always just come right back if we just take a break,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Which is kind of awesome. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't imagine going like 30 days would be a long time.
That would be a rough
Um,
30 days. That would be
but it would be
crazy.
like, would my pussy just be reborn at that point?
Like a virgin.
Yeah, just like, is it me again? But
So I actually used to use my Hitachi a lot, but something kind of shifted where I get overstimulated. I don't know if hormones have changed. I got an IUD, so I think maybe that was it. But
yeah.
now, like, it's like I go numb like this.
Ah,
It's crazy. Like, I will use it for 2 minutes, and then it's like, well, I just can't feel anything. It's
wow.
insane. And like you said, it does get hot, so I wonder if mine is overheating and I need to get a different one.
Yep.
Um, because I definitely notice I'm like, ouch, I'm like burning myself.
Yeah, my like inner thighs will just get so hot, and I'm like, ooh, I should probably give that thing
Yeah.
some air.
But I
But
read that if you put like washcloth or something in
that's what
between
I do.
you do? I was wondering if
Yeah.
you just
So
went in bare.
I did for a while, but then I guess I was going a little too hard with it because the padding that's on the top of it kind of wore flat, and so I didn't have that like that padding. So then I had a little injury, just kind of like a rubbed raw
Yeah.
bruising incident, and so then I was like, well, I need to figure something out. And so I had these like microfiber makeup towels that are really soft and plush. Fold those in
Yeah.
half, put it right over the top of it, and that has made a world of difference because I was experiencing that same thing where I was going numb super fast, and I'm like 4 minutes in, I'm not even like warmed up, and my pussy's
Yeah.
like, ah. So
That is so funny. I'm gonna have to try it.
yeah, I'll send you the link for the makeup towels that I use. They were like $11 for 6 of them on eBay.
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
But
I'm
they're
always
awesome
needing
and they
those.
work really good. So
Those are not for my face. Those are my
yeah,
masturbation towels. Thank you.
they really, and it's really funny because like I said, the squirting thing. Are you streaming this on Facebook or anything? Because I am
No, no,
so
no.
sorry for my language
This
if
is
you are.
gonna it's gonna go on YouTube, but I'm gonna edit it first and
Okay, perfect. Uh, well, good. But with the squirting thing, having that towel now, um,
yeah.
just this last week, I made a pretty hot video to where I was like, doing the thing, and then I was able to wring the towel out after. So
Oh
it's like kind of one of
wow.
those like, and I didn't expect to do that. It was just like I pulled my vibrator off and my towel was wet, and I'm like, yeah. So it
That's
was
the
pretty
best
cool.
when you can have something like completely unplanned and it just like
Yes.
works in your favor. I love it.
Yeah.
I am not a squirter, so I've never really had to deal with like the planning of that. I wish that I was. I just don't. I don't know how. Everybody's like, please, could you make squirting content? And I'm like, I could pee.
Yeah, I'll be for you. It's an adventure, and it's kind of funny because I really tried to learn how to do it back in my vibrator days.
Uh huh.
When I first really kind of delved into that like body pleasure. And I'd seen it in a couple videos and was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And so then I was like reading about how to do it, and I could never. I was trying it like 18, 19, 20, trying to figure out how to do it. Like, oh, you're gonna feel this pressure and blah blah blah. I didn't figure it out until I was like 26, I think, and it was really just kind of like
Oh
an
wow.
organic situation to where I was playing, and then I felt this pressure, and I'm like, well, let's just keep riding this, and then I was like,
Yeah.
I can do it.
That's kind of the cool thing too about, the Hitachi and other toys is like you're alone and you are using them as this tool to like really explore yourself and like what you like and things
Yeah.
about your body that you might not have known before. I
Hmm.
feel like I'm 27, but I like to say I'm almost 30. And I'm almost
That is so
30
cute.
and I'm still discovering, new stuff. So I'm gonna keep buying these toys. I'm gonna keep getting
Yeah.
Hitachis and keep seeing what happens because as you get
Hmm.
older, things change, your body changes, so sex is gonna change too.
Yes. And that like would be my kind of advice for anybody who's like masturbating and maybe wants to use toys or has used toys in the past and had a situation where they were like, I hate it. It's uncomfortable because, back when I was buying toys as a younger girl, I was just buying toys that looked good or were like, but I wasn't paying attention to how they were feeling. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
well, it's a dildo. Like, that's just what I need. Um, but then I discovered Bad Dragon, and they have that soft silicone, and that,
Yeah.
like, I just recommend, just try a couple different things before you throw in the towel on any toys.
Yes, definitely like the material that it's made up of is so and not even that, the material, the thickness, the length, like
Hmm.
everybody's body is so different. So, and it's expensive, it's expensive to
Oh,
try
yeah.
things. But I remember too, like dildos were not for me and for like
Hmm.
until like the last year or two I've really
Yeah.
started getting into them. So, maybe if you're watching this and it's been like 5 years since you've tried anything, go explore. You probably have a better budget now. You
Yeah.
can buy something for more than $15.
I
Get
know, right?
something.
God, cute. All
Oh,
those $15 dildos.
yeah. They're made of like plastic water bottle material.
Yeah. You just, this is fun.
But oh gosh.
Yes, there
Um
is better stuff out there.
there is always better stuff out there. And I would say like Hitachi is like the like most famous vibrator name, I would say.
Hmm.
But even then they have wands that are not so powerful for
Yeah.
people who can't handle the power. Like we're not all like Kate who has a vibe like a vagina of steel. And also discretion, the Hitachi is not quiet, especially if you've had it for a while. You will hear that thing.
It's kind of funny because now it's almost like that white noise is like part of the
It's
sex
part of it.
or
It
part of the play. Because
Yeah.
it when I turn it off, it's definitely a noticeable silence, from
And then it's just like, oh, so
yeah.
quiet.
Yeah, it is. It's so quiet. Um,
That's funny that you say that because I feel like masturbation and sex can become like ritualized almost. Like you said,
mhm.
like that sound is part of it. For me,
Yeah.
like getting into bed at night, it's like immediately my body's like, okay, it's time.
Yeah.
Like it's become that ritual.
Yes. Mm,
So
it's a
I wonder
real
if you
thing.
just turned it on. Like, would you be like, oh, it's time to get,
That
if
is
you hear
so
it?
funny because I'm like, am I gonna Pavlov myself? Like,
Yeah.
have I just done it to where like somebody's gonna turn on a vibrator in the grocery store and be like,
What
Taking
grocery store are you going to where they are having Hitachi wands in the middle of the
You
aisle?
never know. I mean, wilder things have happened.
So true. So true.
But yeah, just in a setting to where like maybe that same vibrational noise will just be going on, be like, "What's
Yeah.
that?"
Hey, you want to come to my
Yeah.
house
Yeah.
after this? So do you
Yeah.
use the low setting, or are you brave and go to the click it up and go to turbo mode?
Yeah, I'm a turbo girl.
Wow, this is crazy.
The
You're
only time
hardcore.
that I have it on the low setting is like if I accidentally clicked it over there while I was trying to stop my orgasm from happening.
That is shocking to me. You
Yeah,
just
no, I'm
go, you
I'm a bad
start on
girl.
high.
Yeah, start on high. The towel gives the buffer though. So
Yes.
like
Yeah,
it's
true.
not as like I mean a little bit,
Yeah,
but the towel definitely gives a good buffer to where like it's taking some of those that extra vibration that might like cause a tingle or a
right.
chafe in a bad way. So,
Yeah, I
but yeah,
definitely
no, I start
know.
on high.
That's amazing. You are a powerful woman, and I love that. I
240
definitely
volts
have,
of
like,
power.
not, I don't wanna say injured, because injured seems, like, extreme, but I've definitely
Yeah.
had the day after where it was, like, not only is my clit sore, but everything is sore because it's so
Yeah.
big. It's not a little tiny, bullet, it's big,
Yeah.
so your clit will be sore, and your labia will be sore, and your
Mhm.
pelvic bone is somehow sore.
Yeah, because you're pushing on it and it's
Yeah,
like just all that vibration. Yeah, you can definitely make yourself sore on it. And that
yeah,
that is a real thing. I've definitely had times where like, well, those days where you just don't quit. You like play and then you fall asleep and then you wake up and you're like, I could
very much,
I mean, I'm
very
not
much.
doing anything. So, in those situations, it's
Yeah, you
it's
could really
something.
wreck yourself.
But yeah, yeah, yeah. Honestly, that's a real thing. That's how we got to the
I'm
towel.
dying. Yes. So the towel is here's what we're saying, guys. Use your safety equipment. Use your towel, wear your helmet.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
Oh
It
my
makes a big
gosh.
difference. Safety first.
Safety first.
Yeah, because it's the worst when I'm like, want to go the next day and I'm like, oh man, I overused.
Exactly.
I was a little gluttonous with that thing last night, but
And I find, like, if I overdo it, it's even if it's not sore, the next day sometimes it can be, like, a little numb. Like, if that's a
yeah.
situation for when I'm doing hours in a day, it's like the next day
Mhm.
you're like, "This machine that was not designed to be used for what I'm using it
I
for
I know.
has completely numbed me out, and I'm so horny, and there's no sensation."
Yep. Yeah, that is the I think it's really funny too because the package is like, "Don't use for more than 10 minutes in the same spot," and I'm like, "Oh, no."
Whoops.
Yeah, ew. Well, let me tell you what the real limits are, guys.
Yeah, right? Come talk to me. We'll tell you. We'll
Yeah.
tell you. Did you know that Hitachi actually, like, hates that people use the wand in that way, and that it's, like,
Yeah.
this cultural phenomenon, but they can't get away from it, you know?
No. I think they even went so far as to, like, sell it to where it's still Hitachi, like, it's still the Hitachi tool, but
Yeah.
you can only call it the magic wand now. They wanna completely disassociate the
Yes.
name Hitachi with it. But, I mean, when I just went shopping the other day, I still searched Hitachi
Of
magic wand just
course.
because, like, I don't want a knockoff, I want the real one.
Yes, we want the one that's you're gonna plug it into the main power supply for the whole
Yep.
city, and you're gonna trip some breakers.
You already know me so well. I have tripped breakers with it.
No way,
Um,
that's
I ha
amazing.
I mean, well, I was using a heater at the same time, so I, like, had the heater on, and then
Mhm.
and then it boom, which is always such a drag. I gotta get my
Yeah,
horny ass out of bed, go to the breaker box, deal with it.
there's
But
no putting that off.
yeah, right? I
The
know, I'm like,
power's
I
taken away,
have
you
to do
have to
this.
have
Yep.
it.
But
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm a big fan, and I'm really glad that they developed the tool, and that I don't even remember. I think I remember having a conversation with the girl because I did not know that that was a thing, and I was still using the little eggs. And
Hmm.
she's like, "Oh, I have to plug in," and I'm like, "You can do that?
Plug
Like,
in.
what is that? What do you do?" Um, and
Is that the
I don't
first
even
time you ever
remember
heard
how
of
I
it?
tried it. Yeah,
That's
yeah. I mean,
awesome.
like, I feel like I had seen them, like in pop culture references, like on nightstands or
Yes.
whatever, but like
Yes.
never really paid attention to the use until that one girl was like, "Yeah, it's plug mine in." Like, they make plug-in ones. Like, where do you get that? Can
Yeah.
you give me the link or like the address?
I'll take 3, thank you.
Yep. And now, yeah, seriously, I've taken one apart to see if I could fix it, and then I was like, "F this,"
Oh
ordered
my
another
god.
one. So yeah, now I have like some parts ones that I want to rebuild one just because like they can be expensive, and I
Yes.
use them and I break them.
You are so industrious, is that the word? You're like, "I'm gonna fix this vibrator, and if I can't, I'm gonna save the parts for the future vibrator that I know I'm gonna break."
Yes. See? That's
People
exactly what's happened.
I think guys don't know how many vibrators we really can go through because you burn those engines out, you
You
know?
really do. I mean, if you're once you figure it out and you can just really vibe in on it,
Vibing, vibing.
catch that vibe. um,
Well, and like you said, we're
yeah.
not going for 5, 10 minutes, which, like, I feel like if some generally a guy's masturbation is really quick. Like girls, it
Yeah.
takes us a while. It takes us like 20 minutes to even get the ability to orgasm. And then you're
Yeah.
like, let's savor it. So you could be like 30 minutes to an hour if you're me.
Yeah.
And that vibrator is churning away the whole time. So if you do it, even if you do it half a year, that's 150 hours of
Yeah.
vibration that you're putting
If
this
my
machine through.
vibrators could clock hours, I'm
Oh my
pretty sure I'd
gosh.
hold a record.
That would be kinda hot to be able to see, like, how in a year, how many days a year have you
Right?
spent with your Hitachi?
Yeah. I guess
That's
I could check
awesome.
my Apple Watch. There was like a while, I don't know if you've ever done that, to where like I would put on, what did I say that I was doing? Cross country skiing,
Oh my god.
I think, or like uh interval cardio workout or something, and I would just be like, "Yep." And then I
Incredible.
found out that it alerts other people when you're done with your workout, and I'm like,
So
"What are
every
my
day
friends gonna think I
every
was
time
doing when they're like, you burned 1,100 calories at 11 p.m.?" Like, they're gonna know.
or you, like, have lunch plans with them, and they're like, "So I just saw that you an hour ago were at the gym? What were you don't seem sweaty."
Did you just get done horseback riding?
I didn't even know we have stables here. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
So
that's incredible.
um,
Okay,
it's a
so
lot of fun.
tell people where they can find you and
All right.
what do you do, Kate? What's your thing?
So it's kind of funny because I'm like literally an accountant.
That's awesome. No
And I
way.
think it's really funny because I didn't even know that that was like the cover job
Yeah.
for girls, and they're like, "Oh, I'm an accountant," but like, no, legit, I'm an accountant.
You're
So,
an accountant
yeah,
and an accountant.
yes, yes, I account for many things.
Yeah.
um,
Ooh.
uh, so yeah, I do that. But you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, ManyVids, OnlyFans. Um, I just got verified on Pornhub, so
Ooh, nice.
yeah, that'll be a dive. Um, and I'll be at Exotica in April. Are you gonna go?
I will not be going to Chicago. I'm gonna stick to DC and New Jersey this year because I just did some tax record keeping and discovered I spent $20,000 on travel last year, and I need to not do that again. So we are trimming some fat. We are trimming some fat.
Yeah. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Well,
But
then I didn't go to DC this year, but I'll be in Jersey again for sure.
awesome. I love seeing your face. I think you are, first of
Likewise.
all, so beautiful. So the camera
Thank
loves
you.
you. I always see your reels, and you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're amazing. I love seeing you at every event. I'm so glad we were able to meet each other at the fashion show.
Yes,
What an awesome experience.
it was.
And yeah, I hope that one day we are in the same place long enough to, like, I don't know, make a reel together, take a picture together.
Yes, honestly. I
We
know,
are
not
always
just
so
these
busy
show
at these
floor things.
events.
Yes. But no, I definitely want to claim some of your time at the next one we're at together.
Yes, definitely. I'm putting you on my calendar. Have a whole Kate block.
Yes, that's what I need.
So,
Let's do it.
something I've been curious about is the name Your Girlfriend Kate, or Your GF
Hmm.
Kate. Where did that come
Yeah.
from?
So kind of funny. When I first did this, I was like, I need a name. I need a name, and was kind of a rookie, and I went with Your Big Beautiful Bombshell.
Okay.
Um, but once you're doing that and you're typing your own tag or like giving other people your tag, and it's this freaking long,
Right.
it was too much, and like trying to watermark my photos, it was like the whole picture, and so
Yeah.
was really kind of over it, and I was like, I need a new name. Like I need to do something. And so I was trying to think of something that, because I wanted to still be searchable, and if people were going to still look for Your Big Beautiful Bombshell, I wanted that first word to be the same.
Yeah, that's a good
So I
idea.
wanted to keep that your, so if they were typing it, I might still pop up.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, well, what could I be? Your what? Your what? And then I was like, oh, how about Your Girlfriend Kate?
Yeah.
Perfect. And so then it just kind of came to be, um and then it kind of was like a little bit of a hit, because anytime I would go into a live room, they're like, "Oh, hi, it's your girlfriend Kate," and they'd be like, "It's my girlfriend Kate," and so it was just kind of like this funny thing that really worked out.
Yeah,
But
and I think you have this personality that really lends yourself to that kind of like girlfriend-esque experience as well. So
yeah,
I feel like it fits you. I mean, I'm not in your cam rooms. I don't know what your style of camming is, but I feel if that you could sell a girlfriend to me.
yeah, yeah, and that's the kind of content that I like to do. So
Yeah.
it's really fun getting to be that element in somebody's day, to where I'm like giving them that experience, without all the drama,
Yeah.
for them or me. So
Yes. Sometimes everybody is too busy to have a real girlfriend. And so you need to come online, get on Instagram, and go to Your Girlfriend Kate and watch her try on some cute clothes.
yeah. That's how I like to spend my weekends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
But thank
thank
you
you
so much
so,
for
so
having me. This was
much.
so fun.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have you back again. Maybe I'll pull you back in for Kay. Kay for Kay.
Yes. We'll talk about kissing.
Ooh. Oh, don't get me flushed and excited. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you
Yes.
next Saturday on Emma
So,
Explores Everything.
yeah. Bye, guys. Bye, Emma.